This is Iconic Film Style here. This is the first official vlog for our YouTube page that connects directly with the Instagram page. I'm Ryan Hall. I run Iconic Film Style, and I thought a good place to sort of start with the vlog is No Time to Die. It's a new Bond film. It's coming out in November. There's a lot being covered by some really great blogs already. Obviously, the amazing Bond suits with Matt Spacer, Bond Experience, David Shuriski. They've done some brilliant work with covering off a lot of the outfits. Obviously, David Shuriski actually collects a lot of the outfits. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. Obviously, super psyched for it as a long-term Bond fan. I think I saw my first Bond film. I reckon I would have been 6 years old, and I think it was an earlier one. It was definitely a Connery. I think that was Diamonds Are Forever. I saw at least part of it. I remember actually drawing little kids' pictures of stuff about that film. Weirdly, as you look back now and think it's probably a little bit too advanced for a 6-year-old, but hey, it was the 90s. Things were done a little bit differently than now. And so obviously a long-term Bond fan. I was a huge Bond fan before even Pierce Brosnan became Bond in 95. Saw GoldenEye in 1995 at the movies and saw all of Brosnan's films. Was a big fan. Didn't like Die Another Day as much, but I think I actually saw it twice. I think I saw it with family and then I saw it with friends. It was a big movie. And then obviously it took me a little bit longer to embrace Daniel Craig as Bond. Casino Royale was a great film, but I just wasn't entirely sold on Daniel Craig until Skyfall and then Spectre. I felt much more comfortable with him and sort of embraced where he was going with the character. So it's super psyched to actually be able to get back into a cinema, see No Time to Die. We'll talk about my favourite outfits from the film because there's been so much covered already with some amazing blogs, amazing video logs. Obviously, Tom Ford returning to do the tailoring, and I'm a big fan of Tom Ford in general. I like the way his suits are cut. And I think what's good about No Time to Die, as opposed to especially Skyfall and Spectre, where the suits were very, very close fitting. Everybody describes them as tight, and the pants are very tight. They cling to the leg. The chest bows out really badly. There's been a lot written and a lot said about the fact that they're very tight. I think what's good about No Time to Die's suits is they've loosened them up a little bit. The pants aren't quite as tight. The jackets are he's got a little bit more room to groove. The shoulders in particular are wider. And I will flash up some photos from the film as well. I really do like the return of the Prince of Wales check suit. It's a black and grey Prince of Wales check. It's quite a sporty suit. It looks like he wears it to the office, which as Bond suits is described as is probably a bit too sporty to wear to an office, but we don't know the context of that as of yet. And then we see another check suit, looks like further in the film, which is like a navy and mid-blue check. So it looks like a dark blue suit from far away, but it's a nice check suit. I think the suits are fantastic, and I think they're just a little bit better fitting than the two films that preceded it. So I think they had it in the right direction with Daniel Craig in terms of the suiting. I don't think it's nearly as bad as it has been, the tightness. Could be a little bit more improved, but they're not really bespoke suits. They are made to measure, so there's a big difference there. So I think I'm actually leaning more towards the navy suit, even though the black and grey check suit is very classic. I really like the blue. I don't know what it's about a blue check suit I really like. I actually own a suit quite similar to that, Peter Jackson brand. It's an Australian brand, and it's sort of a suit I always go back to because it doesn't look too stodgy. I like the check. It just makes it a little bit more fun, even though it is a dark suit. So that's probably where I'm leaning towards. Obviously, the dinner suit, which is the Atticus, it looks amazing. It's a great model, new model for Tom Ford, and it's got the slightly lower buttoning front, button stance, and I just like the cut of it. I think the black tuxedo is classic. Um, Daniel Craig looks amazing in it. It's going to be amazing in the film as well. So I mean that's also something that obviously is going to stand out because Bond and tuxedo is always going to stand out. But I think they're going in a good direction with the casual wear, even the Tommy Bahama silk shirt, the black silk shirt with the grey Tom Ford jeans. I really like that look. Some people have said, "Oh, Tommy Bahama," but it is a quality brand, even though it's more of the affordable side. The Tom Ford jeans are nice. I've got a pair of grey Levi 511s, the slim fit, which are very similar in that colour, and I like them. They work well in summer. You can pair them with polo shirts, even t-shirts, obviously, or a nice sport shirt. So I do like that look. The boat shoes, obviously, the Sperry boat shoes are iconic, and I think it's a brand that wouldn't be totally out of place in Bond's wardrobe. They're nice leather. Um, so I like the direction they're going with the casual clothes. I think my favourite casual piece is the new Balboa jacket. It's the Graham jacket. It's more like a windbreaker, like an unlined jacket. It's a dark navy, which is a great Bond colour anyway. I personally really like that jacket. It's a jacket I would buy and wear as like a nice light sort of windbreaker. I think it's very functional. I'm leaning towards that jacket. Um, I mean, obviously there's other pieces we could talk about there, just some of my favourites. Obviously there's a lot more from Massimo Alba, and obviously the green duster jacket is caught a lot of people's eye. I just don't, me personally, I don't think I would wear that casually, the long type of jacket, corduroy jacket, but I think it'll work on Daniel Craig, most definitely. And really, I do like the Massimo Alba, the beige corduroy suit. I do really like that. It's been a controversial choice, but I personally like it. And I think corduroy is coming back in a big way, especially in those very narrow wales, especially with pants, in a nice cut. So I personally do like that look. It's controversial, but I personally like it. I would wear a suit like that, even just the jacket. So I'm hoping there's going to be some more looks with No Time to Die that we'll see. It's going to be sad to let Daniel Craig leave Bond. I mean, he has made the role his own. There's some people that still is not their cup of tea, but I think he's sort of made the part his own and stood himself completely differently to Pierce Brosnan and even Sean Connery or Roger Moore for that matter. So I'll be sad to see him go. Be interesting to see who they pick. We can talk about that in a separate vlog. So this is the first vlog that we're doing, and there's going to be more to come. I'm going to do a separate one, and we'll touch on some of the clothes from the film Arthur. It's a comedy that I picked. I've watched it recently. It was made in 1981 with the great Dudley Moore, and there's some great clothes in it that sort of stood out to me. I posted on Instagram about a cream gabardine suit he wore in the film for a visit to his father's office. I just thought it stood out for many reasons. And sort of was his clothes in it are sort of starting to grab that power suiting trend that was starting to come up in the early 80s, but a very early adaptation of it. So I'll talk a bit about that. If anybody has any questions for me about what I think of particular items from No Time to Die, I'm very happy to provide some feedback. But please subscribe to the vlog, and I'll keep these videos coming. Thanks.